fire dragon. Good to see you. Let's see if mining showed up yet. Alright, Pokopia, cozy. Alright, let's see if mining showed up yet. Look at Tangela, so peacefully sleeping in that mess of vines. Oh no. No wonder it's not working. The light isn't on. Interesting. Alright, so those are up. Hopefully mining pops up soon. Looks like Moltres is out for a stroll. Good old Moltres, huh? What's up, Janine? How's it going, buddy? All right, so let's What's up, Essential? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the heart, me. I'm just rebuilding this world as much as I can. Just doing what I can, when and where I can do it. And yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. Sometimes you just need a rest. I've been taking various rests lately too. A day off here, a day off there. You gotta take those days sometimes. That's good. That's good news. Good decision. Very good decision. Wonder if I can build this dock out a little bit. Hey, Beige. How's it going, friend? Let me see something. I don't think there's any blocks I can use to create what I'm thinking. Could also always recycle these blocks. They're pretty hard. That's gonna be a tough one. Huh. Well, I guess the most I can do is just build the top portion. What is this? Wooden enclosure, that's what that is. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Put an enclosure. I love it. Very good. How about we make 20? Oh shoot. I don't have any lumber. I have to go get some lumber. All my lumber is back in the other storage. So after I build out that pier, I think what I'll do is try to find more human records. All right, looks good. Oh shoot, hold up. Sweet. All right. I'm building, guys. And would you look at that? Looks like it worked out. Nice. Awesome sauce. Sweet. Oh snap. Okay, we need some wooden enclosures there. But hold up, let me put some more planks. Sweet. Alright, so we need some wooden enclosures, and some wooden enclosures. Alright. Good job, good job. We did it. Diddle can't breathe underwater for too long. But it looks like I was able to build out the pier. Yay. And it looks good. Now if we need to find Kyogre, we'll be able to find him. Nice. Alright, cool. So back to treasure hunting. How's you guys' Saturday? Anything interesting on your to-do list this late in the day? All right, so let's see. So, newspapers. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Huh. This place doesn't have a complete list. Looking at a website and it doesn't have a complete list of everything. Let's check this website. There's so many. Hmm. All right. Let's head to the Sparkling Skylands to find the next human record. Woohoo! Hmm. So guys, what's your favorite Pokemon? Just specifically in the Pokemon series. It's okay if you don't like Pokemon. I guess it's okay if you don't play it, but have you seen a Pokemon that you really like? I have to say some of my favorite Pokemon are the Dragon types. Although they received a strong nerf when the Fairy types came around, but I love me some Dragon types. What about you guys? What's your favorite Pokemon? What do you like? I gotta say, based on my battles, Garchomp has been one of my favorites. He's so fun, reliable, he's strong, he's super cool. Oh snap, I have no more asphalt. I'd have to craft some. Ooh, thanks for the heart, Mizari. I appreciate it. Good to see you again after so long, buddy. I'm just beautifying my some of my towns here. You know what they call it, beautification. Oops. Oh shoot. Beautification. Make the town pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh snap. Gotta rebuild the world. Just like it was before the humans left. Get rid of all the harsh areas. And make this area beautiful. Let's make some more rocks. Some more asphalt. Sweet. Oops, I think I went too far on that one. Oh well. Okay, All right, I got kind of distracted here. All right, so let's see. What was I doing? Okay. So, all right, so um, shoot. All right. Climb up some sparkling rocks on the eastern side to find a large waterfall. Huh. All right, guys. So, how we doing? I found it. This week's must-see highlights. The internationally acclaimed and award-winning film Dream, If Only We Could Meet, will finally make its small screen debut on the 9th of this month. They met and went on a journey together in a dream. But when each awoke, the other was nowhere to be found. Was it nothing more than a dream? Perhaps. We hope you enjoy this wistful and heartwarming story of Gengar and Miss Maggie. It's hilarious. Oh, thank you for the Go Populars. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Metal. Everywhere you go, it needs repair. This place needs to be repaired. That place needs to be repaired. It's crazy. That's the beauty of it, though. I kind of like that. Kind of like it. All right, very cool. So we found one human record. Next up, we gotta find something right here. What dream island is this? Oh, doesn't matter. It's just a dream island. Um, so yeah, let's go check out that dream island. Okay. All right. So all right. So let's head to the dream island. Be right back, guys. Gonna grab a snack. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Had to grab some snack. Grab me some snacks. All right. So we're on a dream island today with Drifloon. We're on a dream island here with Drifloon. And we're gonna check to see if we can find a human record somewhere. To be honest, I might be on the wrong one. But it's okay, I guess. Sweet. An industrial chair. What's this? Mirror ball. Nice. Let's see. If we can find a human record. Oh man. There should be a little cave somewhere. There we go. Oopsie. Let's see. Anything of importance in here? Oh, I see a human record plus a yellow Pokeball. Let's see what this is. R&D Deep Dive, February issue. R&D usually is like a business term within companies. It means research and development. So R&D Deep Dive, February issue. Let's see what it says. Today we'll be showing you an office where we're smack in the middle of developing new products. Here, we're in the thick of designing new plush toys. There are plenty of Pokemon in this room. We want to truly recreate the charm and cuteness of Pokemon. But we spend every day in here observing the real deal. We definitely don't come here just to admire and adore the Pokemon. This is research. Very cool. Got some habitat information. Modern living with decidui. Cool. Looks like I got that one already. Sweet. So, looks like we're doing pretty good. Let's head back to the real world. All right. So next on the to-do list would be to beautify this town. Let's let's see if we can do it. What's up, MNG? How's it going? Oh man. Oops. Sweet. Bridge is done. All right, so we're making good progress. Next thing we need to do is complete the path here. Complete the path. I need to build more path. I love using my lumber up. Climbing up. All right. I need to build more stairs. I got distracted again. I'm supposed to be finding human records, but I started building. Sweet. Place is looking more and more homey. I would just like to put something in this corner. I don't know what yet. Everything that I have is way too big. I could always break these rocks down. But even if I do, what purpose will it have if I still don't have enough space? Let's just give it a shot. Well, there it is. All right, looking good. Sweet. All right, let's chop this down. Oops. Sorry, Shallows, we used cut on you. Look at Slugoo, Slugoo. Sweet. All right, so let's see what can fit here. The Pokemon can. This would have been a good place for the Pokemon. The Pokemon. Mm. Oh, that's really cool, Heather. I'm happy. Did you join the Discord yet? There's a couple of us that play Pokopia. Maybe we could get together and just have fun one day. Definitely. There should be a link in my bio. I think it still works. If not, I have to replace it. Hmm. I think I have some Pokeball house kits in my storage on Twilight Town. Hmm. Here they are. I just need one. Maybe it'll look good and maybe it'll look good. The perfect size. It's nice. I think it'll look good. Well, let's see here. Booyah. Perfect fit. Huh. I didn't know you need an engineering specialty. We need Tinkaton? That's crazy, actually. Magneton, come. I need your assistance. Sorry. Magnezone. I will go pick up Pinkaton from the Sparkling Skylands. All right. How we doing out here, guys? How we doing out in the world? Had a relaxing day? I can dig it. That's really awesome. Let me go get Tinkaton here. Actually, I'll get Brava to fly me up there with his fly specialty. Yeah, I had a relaxing day too. Very chill. Oh shoot, I can't find. There she is. Tinkaton. Call her Tink Master in this game. Yeah, I had a relaxing day. I didn't have much to do today, so but I made the most of the day. All right, Tank Master. Let's go. I watched one of my favorite shows. I folded my clothes. And now I stream. And now they're about to build another addition to this wonderful town. The Pokeball house. It'll be done in 15 minutes. That's pretty quick. Boom, boom. Boom. All right. Let me cook up a nice little meal. Something that'll help me use a better, stronger water gun. I know Sableye has a pot in front of his house. Nice. Oh, some sauce. I have so many habitats around. Have so many habitats around that the world looks so cool. How are you doing that? Well, your water gun can be powered up if you make something like if you make soup. So if you make soup, your water gun can power up, and you can, yeah, you can hit more little squares. Just the same as your leafage powers up with salad, or your rock punch powers up with hamburger steak. You just have to use um, a different like cooking thingy. You make soup in a pot. Yeah, go for it. Just use a pot, and then all you need is some fresh water from the vending machine, and you can make soup. Yeah, red pot, the white pot, any pot. It's all just aesthetic. Doesn't matter which pot you use. Well, now you have something to use it for, I guess, right? Oh no. This area is all messed up. I must rebuild it. Luckily, it comes with a windmill already built, so that's going to be helpful for electricity purposes. Okay, I'll get to this area later. I meant to. Hmm. This whole area looks like it could be something really cool. Maybe like a party area, or it might be some kind of water source like a pool or something. Hmm. Another water wheel, another power source. So, I moved Venusaur into this house a while ago. I hope that he's doing well. This is good. The big door is above it. Oh, you mean the gate to go to the next area? Gotcha. Understandable. Let me see. Because I was trying to find more human records. I wanted to find all of the human records. So I'm finding one by one. So just give me 1 second. So let's see what I'm missing. The reason I like the human records is because they tell you about the game, right? It tells you about the past when the humans are still around. There's more diary entries. There's one more on Sparkling Skyline, and there's one on Bleak Beach. Let's go look for the one on Sparkling Skylands first. So, these are called diary entries, huh? Let's see. It's found on a northwestern island in Sparkling Skylands. Let's head there. I've literally done everything else in this game besides like collecting all the items and getting all the human records. It'll be a fulfilling end to the game. Once I collect all the records, and I have a full picture of what happened to the humans. It's exciting. You know, I think there's human records called hackers' confessions. For example, there's one set of human records called hackers' confessions. Like here, hackers' confessions 1, hackers' confessions 2, hackers' confessions 3, 4. I think it's ironic because the person in these records, it's all the same person. It's kind of like a diary almost. And he's always talking about how he hacked into the system and he found, you know, certain secrets, etc. For example, let me just read one or two of them. Wonder if it's Red. I don't know. Red doesn't take me as much of a hacker. But he's like, I doubt anyone will ever read this, but the memories of my experiences are too much to bear alone, so I've decided to confide in this diary. I'm a nameless hacker. I infiltrate the networks of huge corporations, steal their secrets, and sell them to their rivals. I already have more than enough money, but it's fun peering behind the scenes, and it's almost like a hobby for me. I donate all the money I don't use to things like Pokemon conservation groups. Ever since I was a kid, I've liked computers and Pokemon more than people. It's funny because they decided to include this hacker person, and like, it's ironic because Pokemon, it's always getting hacked, and Pokemon secrets are always getting leaked. So I wonder if they just kind of added this as like a nod to themselves always getting hacked and leaked. It's actually kind of funny. Thank you for the heart, Mingo, popular and roses. Like, check out Hacker's Confessions number 2. This is the same guy, obviously. It happened when I was hacking into a server in another region for fun and stumbled upon a system with excessively high security. Finding these sorts of things is always a thrill. It took a lot of effort, but once I breached it, all I could find was what seemed like trivial data about weather patterns. It was anticlimactic, but it made me think. Why would someone put so much effort into hiding something like this? That nagged at me, so I dove back in. It took a lot of work, but I learned how to make sense of the weather data. I was able to gather that a natural disaster had struck that region. Dozens of huge repeated hurricanes. That's the only conclusion I could draw, but I'd never heard news about a disaster like that. mm. Mm-hmm. Definitely could be Penny. But it's funny because the Pokemon developers are always including stories about hackers. So it's like they're using their experiences and traumas to inspire a story. It's actually hilarious. I always thought it was funny. Of course, I don't commend any hackers, and I definitely don't recommend anybody hack anything. But to use these experiences in your own game, it's just so funny. But yeah, Penny was definitely a hacker. She was able to hack the that system to get some Poke points and stuff. They say that there is another human record here. Let's see if we can find it. But Penny is. I just thought it was kind of funny how you brought up Penny's name. I totally forgot she was into that kind of stuff. The Pokemon games have been taking nods to hackers for a long time now. Huh. I can't seem to find it. But yeah, man. Hackers, hackers, hackers. Oh, here it is. Another human record. Hackers Confessions, number 5. While humanity is evacuated into space, all of the Pokemon in the world are to be stored and protected in a massive computer program. That is the Pokemon Conservation Project. An incredible plan, but the Foundation members said that in order to avoid panic, they had to keep both the disaster and the project out of the public eye as much as possible. Naturally, this left them shorthanded. Skilled computer technicians were in particularly high demand. That is why the Foundation sought me out after I discovered the disaster. Recruitment. I took them up on their offer. Until this point, I had always lived as I pleased. But if I could save Pokemon using my skills, I had to do it. The work was tough, but also rewarding. Eventually, the public began to take notice of the disaster. The Foundation gradually evacuated those who noticed to a safe place. But to avoid panic, they waited until the last minute to tell people that their destination was space. In the middle of this unbelievable situation, I found a flaw in the plan. Those hackers' confessions tell you all about the backstory. It's almost too good. If a disaster of that scale had really happened, surely it would have received both local and global attention. With that thought, I remembered a foundation active in that region. They were known for their passion for Pokemon conservation efforts. I had even donated to them. I thought that an organization of that scale might be able to influence media so that no news of the disaster leaked outside the region. I spent countless days infiltrating the Foundation's servers, looking into any data I could lay my hands on, and sure enough, it gradually became clear that they were involved. I finally fell asleep after repeated all-nighters. When I woke up, I was surrounded by members of the Foundation. Holy cow. Apparently, when I hacked the servers, I had left traces. That was enough for them to track me down. The people of the Foundation were surprisingly polite. They explained what was happening in great detail. I have no intention of writing it all here. The important thing is that someday this disaster will spread throughout the entire world. They said that humanity in its current state can't prevent it. The Foundation, together with other regions, had formed a plan to evacuate all of humanity into space. The plan was already in motion. My head was spinning at the outrageous tale. So what will become of Pokemon? When I put the question to them, they described their Pokemon conservation project and asked for my help. In order to escape the disaster, humanity would temporarily take refuge in space, while Pokemon would be safely stored in a computer system. That was the general overview of the plan, but no computer system will keep running forever. The Foundation planned to send a select few members back to the planet at regular intervals to perform ongoing maintenance, but for humanity to survive in space for any length of time, it would take a tremendous amount of energy. I calculated that even a slight deviation from the original plan would result in insufficient energy to return, leaving humankind stranded in space for dozens or even hundreds of years. If that happened, the essential system protecting the Pokemon would eventually cease to function. So I decided to add a little touch of my own to the system's programming. First, it will continuously check the weather data across the globe in search of environments that can prove even slightly habitable to Pokemon. Next, if maintenance is not performed for a long period of time, and the system begins to approach its limits, it will release the Pokemon most suited to those environments. Of course, ideally humans will return someday and live alongside Pokemon once more. But on the off chance humanity never returns from space, I think releasing the Pokemon into a wild world rather than leaving them sleeping in a computer would be a happier outcome. It may sound strange coming from the program's creator, but I hope it never has to run. And that's what happened to the humans. If you want to know a backstory about the humans, read Hacker's Confessions. There's six volumes of it. So interesting. Alright. Let's keep it searching. Next thing we need to find is a diary entry on Bleak Beach. All right. Here we go. Let's go to Bleak Beach. All right. What am I eating? Sunflower seeds. It's the spicy version of them. Yeah. That's why I have my little cup. My little cuppy. So I can put the shells in. Nice. Another human record. Professor's Diary number 3. Today there was a gathering attended by Pokemon professors from every region. We had a surprising announcement in store. Increasingly intense weather abnormalities and the calamities striking each region as a result show no sign of slowing down. At this rate, predictions suggest that we will no longer be able to obtain enough food and energy to continue living on this planet. We learned that a plan was secretly in motion to evacuate all of humanity into space. It also seemed that, with few exceptions, it will not be possible to bring Pokemon with us. Of course, some immediately raised their voices in protest, which is when we heard about the Pokemon Conservation Project. It's all coming together. I feel like finding these human records is a must. Oh snap. It really completes the game. Yeah. In my mind, I think the exceptions were Pokemon like that served a purpose or something, like maybe an electric type to help generate electricity, um, stuff like that. Um, yeah, I definitely believe it is because first of all of the newsletters and human records, it talks about Kanto, towns, cities, and gym leaders. Sabrina, Koga, Misty. It also talks about Cerulean City, Saffron City. So, and these areas are also most likely cities. Like, this might be Cerulean City itself or somewhere near it. So I definitely think it's post-apocalyptic Kanto. There's no other explanation. Even the one of the towns is even called Pallet Town, right? The customizable town you get. So I think it's definitely Kanto. Of course, it's looking a little different because it's probably been a few years, and it's been hit by, like, as you saw in the human record, it's been hit by various hurricanes. So of course everything's destroyed. Um, yeah, Million City. See, I didn't look too hard into it. I was just guessing there, but these areas are definitely cities from Kanto. SSN. Yeah, that's another thing. It specifically says the ship is SSN. There's a human record you find in there that talks about the SSN, and it's basically like it's basically like an advertisement, but it talks about the SSN, and then you get this sailor outfit that I never took off. But yeah, so this is Cancel. Cool. Let's see. What's the next human record? I can't get the ones on Dream Islands because I could only go to one island a day. And I already went to an island today. So, basically, I got all the diary entries, thank goodness. The hacker's confessions tells you about where the humans went and the person behind, the Pokemon Conservation Project. Professor Diary. I believe this is the professor who was the trainer for Tangrowth. Of course, it was just a Tangela at the time, but this is Tangrowth's professor, trainer, I believe. Mm-hmm. But I allowed Audino to also live on the SSN with Happiny, so she's not alone. As you can see, this Professor's Diary #1, it says, my field survey on Cinnabar proved quite fruitful. Cinnabar Island. I spoke with Pokemon professors from other regions and gained a number of insights from my own research. Many folks were concerned about possible effects the recent weather disturbances may be having on Pokemon. On my way home, I found a young Tangela. He appeared injured and weak, so I used a potion to heal him. He seemed to take a liking to me and toddled along behind me. I wasn't sure what to do at first. I ended up bringing him home with me, figuring he might be a good playmate for my grandchild. So, basically, this is a professor. Obviously, Professor Oak has a grandchild, Gary, but we don't know, or you can say Blue, but we don't know for sure if this Professor Oak or not, but, I mean, who else would it be, right? Could be a completely new professor, because, you know, Oak is not known to have a Tangela, but who knows? Years could have passed, and maybe this could have happened. Who knows? Are you gonna restore the SSN? I will, and it is overwhelming, but if you think about it, this whole game is overwhelming. Everything is. Um, there's so many other areas that are just as big as the SSN that need restoring too. But I'll do it eventually. I think the first thing I'll do, I'm gonna rebuild this pier. That way, rebuild the pier, and then they'll have this little dock thing. I'll rebuild it and connect it to the dock, and then it'll have a easier way to walk across. That's the first thing I'll do. Yeah, definitely. But I'll get to that when it comes. So yeah, if you want to learn about Professor Tangrowth, read up on the Professor's Diary. There's about six volumes of it. All right, cool. So let's see. What's the next habitat? Human record. Oof, so many magazines. Well, it's a lot, but they're all in the Dream Islands also, and I rarely go to Dream Islands. Never really saw a need to. Well, apart from the legendary dogs, at least I have another reason to go search the Dream Islands more. But let's find this magazine in the Rocky Ridges. And then there's one little magazine. There's two magazines in the Rocky Ridges. And then there's one in the Sparkling Skylands. So let's check it out. All right. Rocky Ridges. Yeah, so, you know, whole game is super overwhelming. There's so much to rebuild and to restore, and only thing you can really do is take it a day at a time. And if you really want to restore it, have fun with it, you know. The worst thing you can do is rush it, then it becomes painstaking and mind numbing and hyper boring. Just just enjoy it. So we're searching for another human record, and this place should lead me to a lava room. All right. It would be cool. I could see some of them becoming regional variants. Um, Professor Tangrowth might be a bit much because his aesthetic is really weird. Um, but I could see him being a regional. One Pokemon that I can really see being a regional variant, and not even a variant, just a different form, is DJ Rotom. Because first of all, looking at DJ Rotom in this game, obviously there's other forms of Rotom. He just kind of fits. So he has a name, Stereo Rotom, right? So, and then look at his typing too. Electric and normal. That's different from all the other Rotoms. So I can imagine him being like a sound-based Rotom, of course, using his normal type to completely sweep teams. Like he can have the soundproof ability. He can have like hyper voice and um that attack that forgot that Noivern uses most of the time. Yeah. And he can like do some devastating sound-based damage while using that normal type to its advantage. Hyper voice. Yeah, hyper voice. But it's another one too that hits everybody on the uh on the field. I forgot the name of that attack. Many people don't use it a lot though, because it hits everyone. But basically, you can imagine him in doubles. Plus, all the Rotoms have the levitate ability, so he won't get hit by any ground type attacks. Um, he can be a vicious contender. I can see it now. And plus, he looks kind of bulky too. He looks, he looks like he might be a good special attacker. Yeah, this is one Pokemon that I can really see. Boom Burst, yup, Boom Burst. He definitely would have Boom Burst, Hyper Voice. He'd have attacks like Screech. I can see it now. So now this is one that I can really see becoming a real Pokemon eventually. Pikachu, possibility there, but I don't know how he would be used or what would be unique about Pikachu. But I definitely could see that one happening too. Where's Pikachu? See, he's called Pale, whatever that might mean. And here's a normal Pikachu. So, maybe I don't know, he won't be affected by certain attacks or something. I don't know. Who knows? But you know, Professor Tangrowth, he's basically still just a Tangrowth. So I don't really know what more they can do with him. Um, but never say never. There's always a possibility that they can be, you know, different forms um of Pokemon, um, because these guys, I don't think that they would be considered regional variants because they're still in the Kanto region, so they would just probably be different forms, kind of like Gastrodon has the West Sea form and the East Sea form, um, stuff like that. A variant would be like a Pokemon that is the same Pokemon, but it's different based on being in another region. Kind of like Executor. He's from Kanto, but then there's the Alolan version with the long neck and the dragon type, right? So that's a regional variant. And then let's see what else. Stuff like that. I'm sure you get the picture. But yeah. And then there's Decidueye. He's from shoot, Unova? Forgot what region he's from. And then there's the one from the Hisui region, right? The grass and fighting type. So he's, those are like different ones. Zigzagoon from the Hoenn region is like a normal type, and then Zigzagoon from the Galar region is like a dark type. You know the yeah, from Alola. Dang. Yeah, I haven't played the Alola region games Sun and Moon at all, so I'm super in the dark. But let me get this human record here. Gym Leader Monthly July issue has been added to your human records. Gym Leader Spotlight Brock. Brock, Gym Leader of the Pewter City Gym, has built up a rock-hard defense using his well-trained muscles and Pokemon. But what's behind that hard exterior? July's special edition of Gym Leader Monthly will be all about the rock-solid Pokemon trainer Brock. Just what is the secret to his stoicism? See, they're talking about Brock now. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, I got Brock's outfit. You learned the rock solid outfit. Would you like to stay transformed like this? Sure. Okay, so we're rocking the Brock fit now. We don't have any more sailor fits. All right, so cool. New outfit. So much gold in the wall here. All right, cool. So let's see. What's the next what's the next human record? Dream Island, Dream Island. Gym Leader, monthly issue. Dream Island, 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 Rocky Ridges, and Sparkling Skylands. Alright, so all of these are Dream Islands, so I can't get these today, but I can get this one from the Rocky Ridges. Let's see what it is. Based on the numbers here, this should be Team R Grunt's Journal 5. Okay, so let's see where it is. There's so many magazines. Head to the museum in the mines behind the front desk at the entrance. Will be a large bookshelf. Pick up the bookshelf. We'll push out of the way. Oh, that's easy. All right. Let's teleport back, I guess. I rebuilt the minecart system because it's useful. It's actually really efficient because it helps you travel faster through the mines. This bookshelf here. Hopefully I can build another one. Books. Little diddle. Here we go. All right. So I went ahead and got some prizes ready. I went with gym badges. People are crazy about those things, you know? These are fake ones, though. Now I just gotta get some nice little Pokemon trainers to come work for free. But that's got me kind of stumped. All the trainers I try to talk to in town just look at me like I'm suspicious and ignore everything I say. I don't know if my handiwork was no good or if I just have a face that only a mother could trust. I gotta say, this whole thing's got me feeling kind of down. I even had to report to the boss and tell him that the mission wasn't going well. Just didn't have a choice. But the boss didn't get mad. He gave me a pep talk and even let me in on some ultra top secret intel about our warehouse. Huh. Lucky. Lucky he didn't get in trouble. Alright. So next up, we need to head to Sparkling Skyland. I gotta take some time to read these journals. They have such a good backstory about the game. The fossil Pokemon are playing. All right. Okay, so let's go find this thing. I'm gonna call it a day soon. I won't play for too much longer. But I had such a good experience finding all these human records. All right, I think I found the area. Wow, this place is such a secret. Poker Life Dev Diary. In a most unfortunate turn of events, Poker Life never received a chance to be put to use. The drastic deterioration of the global environment continues, and the plan to evacuate all of humanity into space has finally been put into action. Efforts have begun to gather as many Pokemon as possible from all over the world and send them into the Pokemon Center system for safekeeping. Oh, I think I got this Snorlax habitat already. I ended up buying it in one of the Pokemarts. It was available, so I just bought it. Yeah, I'm so close to finishing all the habitats too. I think I just have like 10 or so left. 11, 10 or 11. I was unable to make my dream a reality, but there is at least one silver lining in all of this. Even after we humans leave this planet, the Pokemon Center system will remain active in order to keep all of the Pokemon inside safe. The system will also keep a record of environmental data around each Pokemon Center. The framework we developed for PokeLife will be used for this. The recorded data will be analyzed by research teams set to return from space at regular intervals. They say this is how we will determine when it's safe for all of humanity to return to the planet together. My time here is short. I must soon go to space myself. My new dream will be of the day when humans and Pokemon can once again live together on this planet. Huh. So unfortunate. I wonder what caused all the hurricanes to come about. What caused it? What caused all these disasters? Oh, based on the human records. Uh, yeah, they said that they were having some issues around each region. Apparently, I forgot exactly what he said, but he said something about how, I think, if I'm reading this correctly, uh, it might have been fabricated or something. I was able to gather in that a natural disaster has struck that region, dozens of huge repeated hurricanes. I had even donated to him. I thought that an organization of that scale might be able to influence media, so no other news. The disaster leaked outside the region. I spent countless days infiltrating the Foundation servers, looking into any data I could lay my hands on, and sure enough, it gradually became clear that they were involved. I finally fell asleep after repeated all-nighters. When I woke up, I was surrounded by members of the Foundation. Apparently, I had left traces when I hacked the servers. I was enough for them to track me down. People from the Foundation were surprisingly polite. They explained what was happening in detail. I have no intention of writing it all here. The important thing is that someday this disaster will spread throughout the entire world. They said humanity in its current state can't prevent it. The Foundation, together with other regions, have formed a plan. Huh. But maybe it was just simple natural disasters. I need to read more. So much to learn. Alright, cool. Well, we will continue our human record search during another stream. Let me just check on Twilight Town. Yeah, tornadoes could have been involved. Oh yeah, when you get to Pallet Town, they give you an option to rename it. I just call mine Twilight Town. It's just a blank slate, you know. For me, it's my most customized town because there's just so much you could do on it. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, with the geology. Every area has like a mythical or a legendary that has affected that area. For example, Volcanion in the Rocky Ridges, Raikou in the Bleak Beach, etc. But once you get all the human records, you'll have a full picture of, or as much as they'll tell you, you'll have a good picture of kind of what happened there. That's why I'm trying to collect them all. Yeah, I know you're right about that. I'm looking for mining. Plusle popped up the other day, but mining is taking all day. Yeah, Skylands is slightly random. But you know, and I also thought it was kind of random how you found Mewtwo up there. I mean, could they not have done like Rayquaza or something? But Mewtwo is more Kanto. So no mining yet, unfortunately. According to my Pokedex, I have all the Pokemon except 4 of them. After Plusle comes mining, obviously. And then we have Entei, Suicune. Suicune visited me from a friend's town, but I haven't caught it yet. I just saw it, so it doesn't really count. And also Ho-Oh, which I believe you'll get after you get all the dogs, legendary dogs, or beasts, or whatever people call them these days. Yeah, I mean, when I saw that Master Ball floating, like with that psychic energy, I automatically knew. I was like, oh, that's Mewtwo. I mean, there's no other Pokemon that, you know, that scene would fit for her. Well, yeah, I mean, that building was Silphco. I think that building that you rebuilt with Tink Master was Silphco. So, absolutely. Yeah, and you can tell it's Silphco because it kind of has that look. Plus, you find the Silphco music in it. So, hands down. Exactly. I think in that first region, the Withered Wasteland, you find Koga's outfit. So, you know, the poison dude, the poison ninja gym leader. So, whatever, it might be Koga's town. I forgot where Koga's is. Yeah, definitely go for that fighting dojo. Fuchsia. Yeah, I think the first place is Fuchsia City. I've been using the utility poles with the wires and stuff. They can give a good aesthetic and a good look for some builds, but there's also the wireless ones nowadays that you know, the ones you get after you after you progress pretty far. The wireless ones are better looking because uh, there's no wires, and you can make, you know, better looks for your town. But these wired ones could look good in like a city type town or whatever. Give a nice little look to the town. But that's really about it. As you can see, my town has really no theme. It's just lots of buildings and lots of roads and lights, and I just decided to build a lot of stuff. And nice, I think. Um, I'm so close to finding all the Pokemon. I'm gonna be pretty happy when I do. I just have to wait until Entei pops up. But also, if I visit someone's town and they have Entei or Suicune, I can tell them to come visit me. And then I can give them a star piece. And then hopefully I'll be able to get it after I give them a star piece. Yeah, I already used it. I'm thankful for Coughing here because he has the recycle ability. And every day he's like, hey, Ditto, I got some more iron ore. Because he's obviously digging into these community boxes and taking out the non-burnable garbage and smelting it into iron ore, or making it into iron ore. Oh, okay. I figure you can. I just feel bad because I feel like it's kind of cheating, but then again, it's not really too big of a deal. I'll take it a day at a time. If I get really desperate, I'll start to... Maybe I'll do that. The Vikavolt even is chopping the lumber for me. I love when they do things on their own. They just use their specialties and then they're like, here, there you go. That's why I built my town in such a strategic way. For example, I have Pinsir, Cacturne, Haxorus, and Miss Magius living here. Haxorus, he has the litter specialty and he drops logs. Miss Magius has the gather specialty, so she gathers it and puts it in the community box. The same with the sticks, Cacturne litter sticks. And then Pinsir comes along and he uses his chop ability. to chop the wood into lumber, and he either gives it to me or puts it in the box. So I set up my houses really strategically like that. Nah, I understand. I definitely get it. Um, I'm just hoping that they'll pop up before I actually, care enough to actually, you know, finish quickly. Thankfully, I'm not really in a rush. You know what they say? Live your best poker life, right? For me, it's all about living peacefully. Kind of weird. I put Wheezing all the way over here, but he has such a helpful ability. He has the recycle ability. And he can be recycling things over in the main town. So I might move him. So coughing is just the recycle. And also wheezing is simply just the recycle. Maybe... I haven't seen any Pokemon that has the litter specialty for the waste paper. Looks like Roulette's here to visit. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any Pokemon that litters waste paper, because if so, we can have paper. Dang, Miss Maggie has traveled all the way over here. Nothing I'd like to buy today, Miss Maggie. So yeah, basically I'm just waiting for Minun to pop up. And then Entei and Suicune. And then Ho-Oh. I wonder how popular this game still is. Do many people still play it? Nobody litters paper. That's unfortunate. But you can get it from trash blocks. Huh. It would have been really good for someone to litter paper, but I guess it's not very used. So I understand. I did visit my dream island. I did the Arcanine Island today. And I was looking for Entei, but he wasn't there, so I just found one of the human records there, and then I departed. Oh, okay. Very cool. That's awesome. I think I have almost... Oh, here's waste paper. Speaking of waste paper. How much is it, though? It's 10 waste papers for 200. 2 honeys. I can just give this to Coughing and he can recycle it for me. I don't know if I'll ever need paper, but it's good to have it. I want to craft things like posters and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's really cool that people still play it a lot. I think if more people play it, they'll be more willing to do cool updates and other events and stuff. So far, there's been like 4 different events or something, or 3. They've been they had the Sudowoodo event with the wacky inflatable Sudowoodo. They had the Bulbasaur jump rope event, the Hoppip event, and the Sableye event. I think they'll do more events, you know, if people keep playing. And also, if it gets really cool, they might have a Pokopia 2 or something, or they might update the game to include more things, and you can download the update or something like that. But they're coming out with... Wow, I didn't know that. But they're coming out, they're secretly releasing lots of other Nintendo games. Like, it kind of came out of nowhere with the Star Fox game, so I'm interested in playing it. And then waste paper, waste. And then you know, they're coming out with games that they're not really announcing until last minute. I think that's really cool because, yeah, obviously they've been working on these games for a while, but you know, they're not really keeping people waiting in anticipation and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. Huh, where's Flareon? Oh, here he is. Flareon, I need you to use your burn specialty. Oh, look at these guys. That is kind of precious. Tink and Machop having a good little nap there. So as you can see, in these community boxes, the Pokemon with the gather specialty, they're putting in some good work here. So I'm always going to have materials for crafting and stuff. So super happy. Flareon, come. All right. All right, well, I guess I'll call it a day. Much appreciation, guys. Little Diddle says goodbye for now. And we'll continue our human record search another day. Thanks a lot, guys, for all the support and love. And yeah, man, thanks for the conversations. And I'll see y'all later. Thank you, Random Ruck.